the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So the Most High God said if we were to listen to his commandments, he was going to bless us above all nations on the planet, above all nations on the face of the earth, if we were to listen and do his commandments. But I guess we ain't in rulership because we ain't in rulership. We're not on top for one reason. We didn't listen, obviously. Let's see what's the flip side to that coin.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of thy Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
All this what?
All these curses shall come upon.
All these curses shall come upon thee if we do not listen to the Most High God of Israel. Curses. We are a cursed people. Why? Because we didn't listen. We still don't listen. He got simple commandments in his Bible we don't even know about, nor do we keep. How you doing, my brother? Hold on. It's a reason why we at the bottom. It's the reason why we struggle. It's the reason why we don't know who we are. Because we were cursed by the Most High God. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's in here. We're going to bring it out and let you know. Because our people do not open the book. We do not read it. So we don't know what's in here. We go by what the pastors say, what the preachers say. They don't even open the book. Joel Osteen hold the book up and say something and say, we believe if you read that or you said that you've been saved. How you going to say that you ain't even open the book? Your pastors at your church and pull out one scripture and speak on it for 2 to 3 hours. Still not telling you who you are according to the Bible, why you should even be reading it or listening to him. But the Most High God gave us 2 choices. You either live or you die. Be blessed or be cursed. Simple. Why don't we want to read this book? Why we don't believe in it? Why we think the white man wrote it? Why we think this book was used to enslave us? Why we think King James was censored? All these things were created to keep us from reading the book so we find out who we truly are. We'll believe anything but that. What's your question, bro? You know who you are according to the Bible? Who are you? That's the whole purpose why we out here, my brother. If I run from the Lord.
No, it ain't that. I got family to think about. If I tell you what really went on, I got dinner to look at it. No.
The whole purpose is to learn who you are.
I learned who I was.
Because we all struggle as a people. We all got family. We all got problems.
Sir, I learned who I was at the age of 3 years old when I was
3?
When I was writing all those songs from Motown and did that, she was drawing the orange.
Who are you then, sir?
Ernest.
Ernest. Who was that in the Bible? Where is the land of Ernest?
Well, for one thing, my name is Richard, but it doesn't have my last name in it.
Where are your people from then?
Everywhere.
Ain't we all the same people right here?
Well, all I know is that
Are we not the same people?
I'm really from Zaire, Africa. You know, the northwest part of Africa?
Zaire?
Zaire.
Is that where your folks from? Or is that where you claim to be?
That's where I claim to be. I know for a fact that.
What part of Zaire are you from?
Well, when I was there, I was a little baby. I could probably say.
How do you know you from there?
I know.
So what are your people called?
I'm not convinced.
Huh?
I'm not convinced.
You're not convinced what?
Never mind.
You're not convinced that you are from Zaire?
No,
I'm
convinced of that, but you aren't. By you
I'm trying to figure out.
But see, that's the whole point. You're a man. I'm not interested in you in any kind of way.
You wanted to borrow a bag, correct?
But at the
you
same,
wanted help.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I'm trying to give you knowledge that's going to help you further and take you further on in life. That's going to help you,
The
bro.
word says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart.
Exactly.
Lean not unto thine own understanding.
Correct.
And always acknowledge him, and he shall direct
Exactly.
thy path.
Exactly.
I am my Lord.
You don't know who you are, though.
How you going to tell me
Who
what I know about
does the
myself?
Lord call you in the Bible then, if you know what he said? Who does he call you?
I know exactly what he means, but I'm not going into that. I'll holler.
Okay. Everybody can quote scriptures, but they don't know anything else. Do they apply to their lives? Ask a simple question, where are you from? Nobody knows. That's why we out here. It's a reason why you don't know. Because we curse people for not following God's commandments. It's that simple. Did you know that it's a dietary law in the Bible? It's foods that we are not supposed to eat. It's a dress code in the Bible. Do you know that? Do we care? As a people, no. Why? We've been tricked, hoodwinked, bamboozled into thinking that we can do whatever the hell we want to, or we can do whatever the other nations do. But the other nations are not at the bottom. They're not struggling. They the ones building this building. I mean, who you think building the building up for them? Not them. Our people. The Mexicans, so-called Mexicans. Issachar. They one of the 12 tribes of Israel. First, hold that. Give me Deuteronomy 1:1. You believe this Bible for everybody?
Should be for everybody. But the English version, you can't trust English version. You have to read
I want to read some of them first. And if it identify what I put. All right. Deuteronomy 1:1.
Deuteronomy 1:1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
He wasn't talking to everybody. He was speaking to the people he just freed out of Egypt, the Israelites. If he was talking to everybody, he would have spoke that until the Egyptians was with him. But he freed those individuals, went across the Red Sea, and in the wilderness he was giving them the law. All right, so let's get our 28.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations on the earth.
So Moses was telling the Israelites, if you listen and do what the Most High God say do, he was going to set us on high. Meaning we would be in rulership. Now, I know you know something about the Bible. We did not have King David, King Solomon, King Saul. So evidently we were in rulership. So we were keeping God's commandments. So now let me get 28:15. It's a flip side to that coin. Let's get there.
Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, that thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
He said, if we don't listen, all these curses, is a curse a good or bad thing? So we're going to get into some of these curses and see who they identify with our people. Let's read 16.
Deuteronomy 28:16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Cursed in the city. Any city that you go to, not just in America, but around the world. Who living in the slums? Who living in the projects, in the hoods, the ghettos?
I mean,
Oh, you ain't got to put too much thought into it.
I'm not putting too much on it. Taking it serious.
I'm gonna get to the meat of it. I'm gonna get to the meat. I'm gonna get to the meat of it. But I'm just asking a simple question. Who in Birmingham? Who live in the hood? Majority.
Which are
Poor people.
Do they look like you or me?
They have to. It's not because it's big on the ground. They have to do it like you.
okay. Deuteronomy 28:16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Verse 17.
Said cursed in the field. Sorry. Did this ever happen to anybody else? Did anybody else get these yokes of iron put around their neck? Besides the so-called black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Did this happen to anybody else?
That form of
Daniel
slavery.
9 and 12.
That form of slavery, you know, it didn't happen. But Don't stop it. I don't know.
All right. Who was getting their backs whipped for picking cotton, tobacco, sugarcane, working on the field all day, day in and day out, and giving the scraps to eat, while their kids was being sold to other plantations? Who was cursed in the field? Who was hung in a tree that strange fruit? Did that happen to anybody else on the planet? Any other nation? That's just one curse. You got that? Daniel 9:12. Get that.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9, and verse 12. And he hath confirmed his work,
The Lord.
which he spake against us, and against our judges, that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil.
The curse is a great evil.
For under the whole heaven
Under the whole heaven.
hath not been done, as hath been done upon Jerusalem.
That's our home. See, under the whole heaven, ain't nothing like this been done but to Jerusalem. And that's just confirming that later on in the book. It's more of a person. With all these different things happening, everything you see on these signs happening because our people are disobedient. Still disobedient to this day. And the fact that you even came over here to search it out, meaning that some in your spirit want to get answers.
That's why I'm telling you out.
That's answer. You know how many people walk by, smile, just kept on. I seen you running. Meaning you stopped your workout to come over here and say, what the hell is this? Nobody else did this. So some in your spirit want to know what the hell going on. Do they have something that I need? Do they know something I don't know? That's why we over here. That's why we out here. What you got for me? Let me 2846. We're on the 2846.
Deuteronomy 28 and 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign
They meaning the curses.
and a wonder,
Be upon us for a sign and a wonder.
and upon thy seed forever.
Upon the seed forever. Meaning, when we get New York and rob us, not rob us, but take us from our heritage, you ain't gonna know who we are. But he said, this curse will be upon our people for a sign and a wonder. What did he sign to? What did it tell him? The ftb-vfyr. What did it tell him? It's a thing. What did this sign tell him? To let you know where you at, to let you know what's what. So these signs identify. That's what a sign does. It identifies. It says persons are going to be upon the Israelites as a sign to show who they are. Those are 49.
Deuteronomy 28 and 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
He said he was going to bring a nation against them from afar. So we don't know nothing about as swift as the eagle fly. Now, I want you to pay attention to this sign while I break this down. Go ahead. Come over this way. Read that again.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
He said he was going to bring a nation from afar, as swift as the eagle flies. Now, through any type of research throughout history, you will see that every major empire that was in power had an eagle for their symbol. He said he was going to send these different nations to get us. And every nation that had our people in captivity, they were the powerhouse of the world at the time. So right now, we in America. Are they not the superpower of the world? They put the eagle in your face all day since you was knee high, and we never thought to question. But the Bible describes them as people that would come for. They similar to the eagle. They would represent themselves as the eagle. That's what I meant to say. You look on the back of the money, you got an eagle. What's the United States version? The eagle. On the back of the quarter, the eagle. Every military branch has an eagle to represent them. When they landed on the so-called moon, what did they say? The eagle has landed. Why would you say that, landing on the moon? That don't make sense. Let's get that. Obadiah 1 and 4. Because there's a whole chapter in this book talking about people that represent themselves to be evil. But these same folks, like you said, read that again.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the ends of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Verse 51. And he shall eat the fruit of thy land, and he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed. Which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he hath destroyed thee.
So what the Most High is telling us, or punishment, if we don't follow his commandment, he was going to send for a nation that represents themselves to be an eagle, to come get us from the ends of the earth, to come get us, and we were going to serve them. We get 54.
Chapter 1 and verse 4. Though thou exist thyself exalt thyself as the eagle.
Though thou exalt thyself to be an eagle.
And thou set thy nest among the stars.
Stars. Moon. Moon up there with the stars, correct? You say you set your nest up there. By the stars, go ahead.
Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
So we gonna bring them down. That's why Trump hollering now, we need a space military. For what? Who else in space? What you need a space military for? Foolish. But the Most High said he's gonna throw it down. So let's get that 64. Just to prove to you that our people are gonna be scattered all around the world throughout slavery.
Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee amongst all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
So we're going to be scattered to all these different lands, throughout all the different nations. And we're going to serve guys we ain't never known nothing about, wood and stone. What's the wood? That's the Christianity. Oh, no, I don't know. How I say that? Because that's a graven image. Our people were getting hung and killed on these crosses before Christ even took the scene. And guess what? When he died, they were still getting hung and killed on those crosses. So why do our people walk around with these crosses on? Is that supposed to be a memorial? No, that's foolish. Just like I said earlier, if somebody shot your brother or sister, would you walk around with the gun that they shot him with on your chest? That's foolish. So why are we walking around wearing this and having it tattooed on our body to represent killing our Messiah, our brother, our king? Why are we doing that? We don't know. We following blind. A man is known by his attire, how he carry himself, how he handles himself, how he speaks. But that is not being taught. Everything is accepted these days. That's why you have so many effeminate brothers walking around and so many manly sisters walking around. Because everything is accepted. You can do all type of evil and it's acceptable. When you try to do right, now you looked upon as evil. That's in the scriptures. Nobody wants to hear that though. Nobody wants to ask questions. Nobody wants to learn. They just want to learn what the TV tells them. Foolishness, madness, folly. It's simple laws that we are supposed to be following. Let's get Deuteronomy 7 and 3. Let's see what the Lord say about interracial marriages, relationships. What did he say about this? Let's get that.
Deuteronomy 7:3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughters shalt thou take unto thy son. Verse 4. For they will turn away thy sons from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you.
You see that the Most High is against it, but America said, yeah, you can do that. And we wonder why we struggling as a people, why we at the bottom of society, struggling to find a job, struggling with our relationships, single parent household, all these different things stem to us breaking God's commandments. We're not supposed to be marrying the other nations. Why? Because he said he would turn us away from them, following him. How y'all doing? Y'all know who y'all are according to the scripture? You know who you are according to the scripture? The Bible, who are you? My man, my man. You know what you're supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
What is it?
Huh?
Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. It's something you're supposed to be doing. How did I know that you didn't know who you were, or that you did know who you were? What would set you aside from everybody else if you knew who you were? Just by looking at you.
What was it inside?
Yeah. How would I know that you knew that you were an Israelite? Let me get that. Deuteronomy 15:38. It's a dress code. When you seen us, you already knew what it was. Correct? You're supposed to be wearing these too. This ain't no fashion statement. This is a commandment. This is royalty. If you read the scripture. When people see you with this on, they know you know something that they don't know. They know you waking up to who you truly are, to both of you. Our people look at it and they say, wow, what is that? But they won't ask questions. You're supposed to be wearing these things. It's called fringes. Let's get that. Bring it up. 1538. Number 1538. Huh? Let me wait, man. We ain't gonna hurt you. We here to help you. We here to edify people. We are here for one reason, and that's the reason. How you doing?
Huh?
Right. Good to see you. Y'all know what the day is? Y'all know what the day is?
Halloween?
Well, yeah, that's what to the rest of the world. It's Saturday, though. Yeah. You know what day of the week that is? 7th day, meaning what? It's the last day of the week. What the Lord called it, though? The Sabbath day, the day of rest. You're not supposed to be working, buying or selling. It's a day that's supposed to be set aside from everything else. You work 6 days, but on the 7th day, you're supposed to rest, relax, regroup with your family. Learn who you are, what you're supposed to be doing. Not out trying to party and kick. You're supposed to be relaxing. Let me get that about the dress code.
Okay, this is Numbers 15:38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generation, and that they put upon them the fringe of the border a ribbon of blue.
Now, before he finished, he said we're supposed to wear these fringes on the bottom of our garments throughout our generation. Are we still generating as a people? Are we still generating as a people? Are we still giving birth? Is it still more of us being born every day? Well, that means we still generating. Meaning we supposed to still be putting on these fringes. That will set us aside from the other nations. There's 18 different nations of people on this planet. God chose one. That's who we are. The 12 tribes of Israel. The greatest thing that ever walked this planet. But we so lost that we don't know who we are. That's our whole purpose of being out here, to wake our people up. So we can come back to keeping God's commandments. Then we'll be in rulership. You're looking hard on them, my brother. What you see? You got questions?
I'm just reading.
Okay. Good, good. Blessed is he that readeth. Let's get that Revelation 1. But these days it's looked down on. Our people won't read anything. Got it? Check this out.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth,
You hear what the Lord said?
Blessed is he that readeth.
Blessed is he that readeth. When you read, you find out details that you wouldn't have known by talking to somebody. I'm just here to give you insight on some of these things, to make you question and think about the things that are going on in your life, or what you see on TV, or what you see in the world. But I also want you to take these things, you know, slides. Don't just take my word for it, go research it yourself.
Well, I definitely do that. I do a lot of research. When I get something new and I don't understand, I want to get a principle of it.
That's all praise. Clap it up for that brother, man. We need more brothers like this. They won't answer. They want to know what the hell is going on. What am I missing? Why are we struggling? Why I don't know my dad? Where my mom at? Why life like it is? It's a reason for everything. The world will tell you what they don't know won't hurt. You heard that before?
Yeah.
What they don't know won't hurt you. That's a lie. Because if you don't know that you're the greatest thing that ever was made to walk this planet, you'll continue to walk around as a dead zombie trying to be like everybody else. Even though everybody else tell you you're less than. You're steady out there trying to find or fight for justice, equality. Bible don't say that. What you got for me? You got Deuteronomy 7:6. Nah, let me get we out here for one reason, to wake our people up. The so-called African American, Hispanic, Native Indian. Come check this out though. The Indians. Y'all seen history photos of the Indians, correct? What they got on? They are people. They was keeping alive. Friends, that's royalty. Look, they walking down the damn street, everybody checking them out, clapping for them in a parade. That's royalty. When folks stand to the side and clap and bow down for you. That's real royalty. You got the rest of that? Numbers. Because there's a reason why we're supposed to do it. Not that it's fashion statement, but it's a reason. Go ahead.
That is Numbers 15:39. And it shall be unto you for a friend, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord. And
See that? Remember the commandment. That's what it's for. I'm getting ready to do something. Trying to go holler at this chick. I gotta think about that. I'm getting ready to go steal. Most High say I ain't supposed to steal. Go ahead.
And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which
Always speaks to your heart. I always talk about the heart. See, evil thoughts. The heart don't think. The heart only do one thing, which is pump blood. According to the scripture, the heart is your mind. So when folks say, "Ah, the Lord knows my heart," yeah, you know your thoughts. You know what you think.